I'm going to read you The Secrets of Drune. The title is The Great Ice Battle. 1. Daymare. As cold as ice. That's how Eric Hinkel felt as he jumped from his bed. Brr, he said to himself, shivering. He pulled on his thick socks. He got into his warmest winter pants. He shivered again. Eric was having bad thought of an evil sorcerer, and that's what was giving him the creeps, but not why he was so cold. Ever since Eric and his friend Julie and Neil had discovered the entrance to the amazing secret world of Drune, they hadn't afraid of Lord Spar. Why wouldn't be afraid? Eric said aloud. With those creepy purple fins growing up behind the ears, and the long black cloak, and his ugly red-faced warriors called in. Spar was the reason Eric felt so cold. The evil sorcerer wanted only one thing, to take over all of Drune, but now things in Drune are different, Eric said as he dug in his closet for his winter coat. And on their last adventure in Drune, Spar had a chance to hurt Eric, but he hadn't done it. He had let him live. He said Eric would help him. I'll never help you, Eric said with a shudder. Why wouldn't you help me? Because you're evil, Eric snapped back. Eric, he blinked. His father was standing in the doorway to his room. He was frowning. Dad, Eric said, I'm sorry, you're not evil. I guess I was daydreaming or something. His father sighed. Well, you can help me later. Neil and Julie are waiting for outside. Thanks. Eric threw on his coat and ran downstairs to the back door. Still shivering, he grabbed his cap, pulled it low over his eyes, and wrapped his scarf tight around his neck. He flung open the door. Whoa, he guessed. Warm air and bright sunshine poured in. Julie and Neil were dressed in t-shirts and shirts. They had a football match in the bed. It's not hockey season, Neil said chuckling. Julie made a face. Are you okay, Neary? He stared at his friends, then he tore off his coat and scarf. This is so weird. I was cold. I was freezing. I must have dreamed that it was winter. Sorry. Julie tossed the ball off. So who's pitching? Me first. Nick grabbed the ball from Julie. No, me, said Eric. Sorry, pal, I called it, said Neil. Besides, I've got this new throw to show you. I just twist my fingers and shoot the ball. It's fast. Eric took the bat, but in his mind he kept singing Lord Spar. Why doesn't we use ice today? Spar was saying. Ice was the other thing Spar had said the last time they were in Drune. Spar was going to do something bad with ice. Defeats Princess Kier. The Spartans, Eric's mind continued. And the old wizards, Galen, you'll help me. No way, Eric cried, dropping the bat. I'll never do it. Never. Are you going to play or not? Neil said. Eric turned to his friends. Sorry guys, but something weird is going on. I keep seeing Spar in my mind. He's telling me how I'm going to help him. It's like a nightmare, only it's daytime. Daymare, Julie said. Then she guessed. Wait a second. Do you think that daydreams mean we need to go to Drune? Their friend Princess Kier has told them that when they dreamed about Drune, it meant the magic was working. It meant they needed to return. Eric nodded slowly. This might be some kind of a message or something. He started for the back steps. We need to return now. What? No, Neil jumped up and down. I need to show you my new twisted throat. Hey, but Julie and Harry were already in the house. Oh man, said Neil. I knew you weren't going to play this game. I just knew it. By the time Neil caught up with them, Eric and Julie were halfway down the basement stairs. We'll play when we get back. And Julie said, It's not as if Drune takes any time. No matter how long our adventure is, we came back around the same time we left. It's so near that way. This was true. One of the very closest thing the kids discovered was it took no time at all to have full adventure in Drone. Time is strange there. It's different from here in the upper world. The upper world was strange name for where the kids lived. They sat the soft ball on the workbench. Julie and Harry pushed aside a large box. Behind the rich door, the small empty room under the basement stairs. Carefully, they went inside the room. Harry closed the door behind them. Julie clicked off the lights. For an instant, the room was dark. Then, whoosh, a set of rainbow-colored stairs appeared where the floor used to be. I love that, Julie whispered. Harry took the first step. Let's go. They began their descent. I can't see anything but the stairs, Harry whispered. It's totally darker around. Julie took a deep breath. Do you think the stairs can lead us to someplace bad? Thanks for scaring me, Neil mumbled, clutching the stairs rail. I'm not sure, said Harry. I guess that's one of Drone's many secrets. What is it? asked Neil, huddling closer. There was the bottom step, said Harry. No sooner had they stepped up than the stairway began to fade. A moment later, it was gone. No turning back now, said Julie. They stepped forward. Harry stuck his hands out. I think it's some kind of cave. The wall rough, so is the floor. Be careful, it smells like animals, Julie added. Girl, everyone stopped. Is somebody going to say, excuse me, or we are in deep trouble, Neil asked. Girl, the growling noise was closer this time. I hear breathing, Julie whispered, and I see eyes. Neil stammered, red eyes, lots of them. Harry shivered again, then whispered. Everyone who agrees we should run. Say run. Run! They all cried. They ran to City of Lights. The three friends scrambled through the caves as fast as they could. Girl, whatever was behind them was following swiftly. There are the lights up our heads, Julie called back. I'm there, said Neil. Last one out is Rotten Egg. Harry cried. They hauled themselves out of the mouth of the cave and into the lights, bright lights, and green grass and flowers. They tipped over a lower wall and tumbled down a short slope through a wire fence. We are trapped, Ned yelled. Suddenly, the kids heard laughter. They sat up and squinted through the fence. Standing behind were Princess Kia and the father, King Jello. Welcome to Drone, the king boomed. They looked back at the cave. The red eyes blinked and disappeared into the darkness. Harry jumped to his feet. You mean we are safe? Very, Kia said with a giggle. You just looked funny running out of the wolf's cave. Neil gulped. Did you say wolves, man? I hope we never go back into that cave. Kia and the father opened an iron gate and helped the three kids outside the fence. The red wolves of Drune are famous, King Jello said. They protect our city. The king was tall man with broad shoulders. He wore a helmet with horns and carried a wooden club. Princess Kia had long blonde hair. She wore a green tunic and leather boots. Welcome to Jaffa City, Kia said. Jaffa is the royal city of Drune. The princess led them out to a stone courtyard that was larger than a baseball stadium. At one side was busy marketplace. Men and women stirred and shopped at colorful tents. Their children played happily by beautiful fountain nearby. Wow, said Harry. I had bad dreams about Spa. But things look pretty okay here. On the side of the square rose giant buildings of white, silver, and green and pink stone. In between grew flowers and bushes, and birds sang in white blossomed apple trees. A soft breeze blew across the vast open space. It sure is beautiful, Julie said as they passed the fountain. The children of Drune waved to the three friends from upper worlds. Friendly too, they said, giving their kids the peace sign. And someday Kia will rule over this city as well as all the village outside, the king said. Just like the mother, Queen Relna. Kia's mother was a wizard who had been transformed into White Falcon. In the ship, she had helped the kids fight Lord Spar. Now she herself needed to have to become human again. But for now, Kia, the king said, you must get ready for your magic lessons. Galen will be here soon. Max will come too. Of course, Galen was a powerful old wizard. Max was his spiritual assistant. The king beamed with pride and said, Galen tells me that it was in some ways Kia's powers greater than his own. When the time is right, her true powers will be revealed. Alice's eyes went wide. Powers? Cool! Kia made a face, more like a lookworm. So far, I've broken 7 clay pots, 1 bowl, a chair, and 2 cups. 3 cups, her father said, smiling. Galen will teach you, and look, here he comes. A thick blue mist rose in the middle of the square. Sparks of light streaked through it. An instant later, Zoom. A bearded old man in a long blue robe stood there. Next to him sat a large spider with 4 arms and 4 legs. He had a round face, a pug nose, and orange hair that stood straight up. Galen, Max, Eric said, good to see you again. But the wizard did not look happy. What's wrong? The king asked, gripping his wooden club tightly. There was a fear in Max's eyes as he spoke. Terrible. It chittered. Lord Spar is coming. I fear the worst, Galen said. A curse has been sent by the evil one. It will trick it across the plains. Now look, Galen pointed to the skies above them. A vast black cloud passed quickly in front of the sun. The entire country yard fell into the shadow. It is curse, Max muttered. I thought of his dream again. He shivered with cold as she shot a look at Kia. What kind of curse? He asked. A snowflake fell from the darkening sky. Another followed it. Then another and another. The sun vanished completely. The air grew icy cold. Freezing wind tore across the city. The trees that had been so beautiful were instantly crusted with heavy frost. Ice formed on the city walls and the stones of the country yard. Eric remembered what Spar had said. Ice! He cried, shivering. Spar is using ice to attack us. It's just like he told me. Kia's eyes went wide with fear. Oh, my Jaffa city. 3. White snow, dark magic. Within moments, the city was covered with ice, beating winds swirled the snow into the huge drifts. This is Spar's dark magic, Galen said. Crack! The fountain's silver stream thickened and suddenly went still. This is just like my daydream, Eric said. It's a curse of ice. The colorful banners over the marketplace stopped waving. Icicles formed on the building and hung like daggers over the frozen streets. I saw the fear in Kia's eyes. He shivered too. What can we do to stop this? Kia turned to the king. Our villages can't survive this cold. We must save our people. Zello nodded. I should go help the villagers. Kia, you stay here and keep Jaffa City safe. Galen, I must go quickly. Perhaps you latest invention. The wizard said. My water sled. Yes, it should ride quite well on ice. Follow me. Galen led the king and his guards to the stables. We'll have to, Neil said, clapping his arms around himself. If we don't freeze first. Max scouted over. Let me make you warm. He chirped. I'll spin you cause of my special spider silk. It's the warmest February in all of June. Max's arms and legs began to blur in the air all around the kids. Soon had even each one thick coat and a pair of furry boots. Thank you, said Julie. They are very warm. A moment later, several shaggy, six-legged beasts called Pilkas trotted across the square to the gates. In the leads was Liv, Galen's own pet Pilka. Behind them, the Pilkas dragged a silk wooden sled and looked like a small boat and rode over the ice on long ski. King Jello, bundled in cloak of bright blue fur, was riding in the back. Be careful, Kier, hugging her father. I shall be. And you too, he replied. Two guards pushed aside a large boat and city's huge iron gates swung open. The king snapped the reins and Liv charged ahead, pulling Galen's sled into the swirling snow. Kia waved one last time before clunk. The gates closed. I predict he will be safe, Galen said. He frowned. But what about us? Could Sparta just march in here with his needs? Kia beamed. Galen Chandar was an evil spirit can't enter unless is invited. That is true, the wizard said. An old spell, and we never will invite evil ones into Jaffa. Max chittered. They had no manners. They have no manners. Excellent. I like being safe for a change. Kia smiled. Now everyone come. Let's get warm in throne room. Julian hurried in after Kia. The guards went with Galen into the forest palace. Max sculpted across the stones after his master. But Eric stayed behind for a moment. He climbed to the top of the wall and looked out. The nearby villages were quickly being swallowed up by the deep snow. He shuddered, but it wasn't from the cold. Did I make this happen somehow? He wondered. Did I already have spurred this? How? No, I couldn't have done this, he shouted into the storm. And I won't have spur either. Never, ever. He turned to go into the palace. Help! A tiny voice cried out. Ari looked down. The country yard below was empty of everything but ice and snow. Help! The voice called out again. Ari looked back over the wall. There, in the deepening snow, was a small figure, a boy. The boy shivered in wrinkles, his tiny arms wrapped around him. He looked just like the children playing in the square before. Help me! The boy pleaded. I was playing. I got left outside. I turned to the gates. Guards! He yelled. But the guards had gone inside with Galen. The only sound was Red Wolves starting to howl from their cave. The little boy trembled even more. Wait a second! Hold on! Eric yelled. He ran down the steps to the front gates. He could hear the child whimpering outside. Wait! Eric called. With all his strength, he pushed the gate's huge bolt aside. Then he dug his feet into the snow and pulled on the giant door. It wouldn't budge. He pulled harder. Finally, it opened a tiny crack, and it peered into the swirling winds. Ice pelted his face. Where are you? He shouted. Wolves howled again. So did the wind. Cold, the boy said. He stood a few feet from the iron door. The storm whipping at his ragged clothes. He was nearly covered in ice. So cold, the boy groaned. Come in, Eric cried, reaching for the boy. Get warm inside. The boy leaped past Eric. He was through the gates in a single bound. Thank you, the boy said. Then he turned and looked Eric straight in the eye. He grinned. I told you that you would help me, he said. Eric guessed. What do you mean? Wait, no. The wolves howled a final time, and the boy's face began to change. I'm going to read you next for.